So a friend asked me what I thought a brand was. So here's my take on what a brand is, and you can have your own take on that. But this is not a textbook definition of what a brand is. It's what I think a brand is. So basically, you were born with a brand. So as soon as you're born, or if you look around you, what you're seeing are brands. But more importantly, I want to speak about you, and I want to speak about me, for example. So you're born with a brand, and you already have one. Okay, as you're listening to this, you've got a brand already. The only thing you need to ask yourself is whether or not you're happy with that brand. Is it representative for who you really are? Because we get carried away with social media, where we can present a certain persona, okay, who is very different from who we really are. And so when people try to understand you, they invariably label you with the wrong brand. Because, for example, let's say every time you go on social media, you've got a complaint to make. Okay, the only time you interact on social media is when you're not happy with something and you're complaining, or you're making a video where you are ranting about something. So that becomes associated with the brand you, someone who is always dissatisfied or only complains. Okay, so you're born with it and you already have it. But it's also, as some people have said, and this one I've got it from other people, it's what people say about you after you leave the room. So let's say you're in the room and then you leave the room, and people look at each other and they start talking, or they give expressions of some sort. So that is your brand. It's what you leave on the table. It's a value you leave on the table. Are people talking positively about you? Are they being negative about you when you leave the room? So that is your brand. Do they want to be associated with that brand? Okay. If you don't like a certain brand from a shop, say you're looking for shoes, would you buy the brand you don't like? No. You wouldn't buy the brand you don't like. You'd not associate, you would not want to do business with a brand that you don't like, a person you don't like. People do business with people they like, people they know, okay, and people they want to support, and people they trust. So the other thing is, think about what people come to you to ask for help for. So if someone wants something done or wants help with something, do they come to you because they recognize something that you're able to help them with, which means that is part of your brand? Okay, so it's actually the value that you leave on the table. Okay, so the value you leave on the table is brand you. So your brand is not a finished product, it's a work in progress. It's something that you need to work on a daily basis. People need to know you for something. So you work on your brand on a daily basis. But how do you do that? You focus on your strength. You focus on what you can do best. Okay? Instead of focusing on your weaknesses. Of course, you can improve on some of your weaknesses, but you can't spend a lot of time on that because you've got strength. So why not focus on your strength? Why not provide value in the things that you're good at? Why not become an expert in something rather than know a bit of everything but be a master of none of it? Okay, if people want something done, they know you could help them, but they would rather go to someone else. If you're a business person, they know you could help them, but they would rather go to the expert. Okay, so if you're not an expert in something because you're not concentrating or focusing on your strength, then invariably what that means is you are considered as a possible person to do business with or to help, but you're not the expert. Okay, so focus on your strength. Forget about some of your weaknesses. Improve on some of them. Complement your weaknesses by teaming up with people whose strengths are your weaknesses. okay? And invariably your strength are someone else's weaknesses. So there's a symbiotic relationship that you can build by choosing the right people to associate with, okay? So that's my take on what a brand is, okay? So first of all, you're born with it, you already have it. It's up to you whether you're happy with it or not, so you can improve on it. It's what people say about after you leave a room about you. It's what people ask for help from you. It's a value you leave on the table, okay? And it's a work in progress, something you need to work on. Evaluate where you are with your brand and work on it.